Good morning, ladies. Welcome to this week's class with Empowereach, where we're going to be focusing on balancing of the male and female energies within the body. Okay, my name is Bhima. I'm the yoga instructor for the class. So I'd like to ask us to take our blocks and just to put it under our knees like this for support. Program structure is with the 5 koshas of the body. So the 5 koshas of the body is 1, Ana Maya Kosha, Prana Maya Kosha, Mano Maya Kosha, Vigya Maya Kosha, and Ananda Maya Kosha. So just to touch on each of the 5 points, the first one is the physical body, then it's your breath body, then it's your mind, then it's your intellect, and then finally it gets to the part that's within inside us, which is empowering and fueling us all, our soul, the Anandamaya Kosha, where we can experience bliss. So today's practice, we're going to be touching on each of those koshas, and I want to be showing you how it can be done. So the first one is physical. So we're going to be doing asana, yogic postures to help us balance that kosha. Then the Manomaya kosha, where we're going to be doing a visualization, a grounding exercise. The Pranamaya kosha is where we're going to be doing breath work. The name suggests it all, Pranamaya kosha, where we're going to be working with the breath. Then our intellect, we're going to be even going deeper into a meditation accompanied with breath. And then how you actually experience the last part, the Ananda Maya Kosha, the bliss, is from practicing all 4. And the culmination of practicing all those 4 is where we can tap in to the bliss or the happiness where we can be feeling afterwards. So while we're sitting like this with our knees crossed, I would like to ask us to get into a Gyan Mudra. So let's take our 2 hands like this firstly, and let's connect it here right at our base. Okay, so I'd like for us to start with a breath work, a 4-second long box breathing technique. 3, 2, 1, let's begin. Inhale for 4 seconds. Hold it for 4. Breathe out for 4. Don't breathe for 4 now. Inhale for 4, only through the nostrils. Hold it for 4. And now exhale for 4 and squeeze your belly button towards your spine and contract pelvic floor. Keep squeezing belly button, keep squeezing pelvic floor. Now don't breathe for the last 4. And when you inhale, you release. Hold it. Exhale. Fantastic. Hold it there, don't breathe. Relax. Okay, from the second part now, we're going to go into the next breathing exercise. So while our block is still underneath us, we now remove the Gyan Mudra. Okay, we're going to now go into the direct breath work or pranayama exercise, which is responsible for balancing male and female energies. All right, sun and moon breath. So the sun, your right nostril, the moon, your left, or your masculine energy and your feminine energy. This breathing exercise can be done in the morning to get you charged and ready for your day, and it can be done at night as well to help you sleep. So there's 2 benefits to it, which is great. All right, so let's start with our left hand on our left knee. We're going to be blocking the right nostril. Exhale everything out through the left. Inhale through the left. Close the left. Exhale through the right. So we did the left nostril. Now we're going to be moving to your right. So right hand on right knee. Let's block our left. Exhale everything through the right. Inhale through the right. So just to demonstrate once again, lion's breath, you're enlarging in your eyes and you're sticking your tongue out with the lion's breath. And you breathe in, exhaling it out all through your lungs or through your throat. Okay, one last time. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to go into a small warm-up, and then we're going to get into the body of the practice. So you can remove your blocks, be on your hands and your feet like this. All right, we're just going to open up the chest and the spine. So 3, 2, 1, inhale, try let your knees touch the ground. So the following exercise of the warm-up is exceptional for opening up the chest and the spine. It is done as a warm-up because the body of the practice is going to require us to move both our upper body and our lower body. I'm mentioning to the ladies now that we're going to stretch our thigh. So we're moving our right leg back behind us. We can also use a block behind our back for support when we're going to be going down further or trying to lay on our back or going down further onto our forearm, as you can see me demonstrating. The reason why we are going to be warming up the legs, the main feminine posture or asana that we're going to be doing is goddess pose, which requires a lot of flexibility in the hip and pelvic region. Next, we're just going to loosen the lower back, get the lower back ready and firing and primed. Finally, we're going to be doing beginners 1990 to just work on some hip rotation, to work with the goddess pose, allowing us to get or sink as deep as we possibly can in the goddess pose. After the warm-up, we're going into the body of the practice, which can be repeated 2 or 4 times, and where each posture is held for a 5-second long deep breath. The resting or initial phase, first posture of each round of the sequence, is we're going to be starting off in child's pose, moving on to a full cobra, then a downward facing dog, and then we're going into the first feminine posture, where we're going to coming out of the downward facing dog and going straight into goddess pose 1, where our hips are sinking and our elbows are on the inside of our knees, where our back is straight, our chest is up, and our chin as well, neutral. After holding the goddess pose for some time, we are placing our hands on the floor and then straightening our legs to counterbalance. Goddess pose is one of the most stabilizing postures that can be done. It also has a benefit helping your digestive system work, and it also helps with regulating your bowel movements. The sequence of balancing masculine and feminine energy, it could be done as a sequence where you go through each exercise from as demonstrated, the feminine until the masculine, and repeating that, or it could be done one at a time, all depending on your capabilities, your mobility, and also how you would like to practice. Yoga is an individual practice. We are now going to start the masculine poses, which is going to be a warrior sequence from warrior 1, and then we're going to switch and do it on the left. So all three get done on one side, and then switching start legs again, all three done on the other. The masculine energy generated in this position is to really invoke the warrior spirit. It is an energy of focus, determination. And not just for the spiritual benefits of doing a masculine and feminine alignment or a yoga aligning sequence. The physical benefits, as you saw, is that the body is moving in all different planes of motion. Frontal plane, sagittal plane, and the transverse plane. We are now going into the warrior sequence on the opposite leg. Warrior 1, as we're in right now, is a large engagement on the quadricep muscle, the muscle on your thigh. And then we're switching into Warrior 2 now, where we're going to be working on some balance and stability. And then Warrior 3, we're going down and there's flexibility and mobility being activated here. After completing the masculine sequence, we come back down into Goddess Pose, but now Goddess Pose 2 to get a more eccentric position. Goddess Pose 1 is more quieter. Goddess Pose 2 is more elaborate. The reason why straight after a masculine pose is to balance the energy again one last time. And as you see, I'm going through the sequence. We repeated it twice, and then we're going to be moving on to the next feminine and masculine poses. We then come back down into goddess pose 1, just to finishing things off, to get the hips aligned. And what I introduced here for this as a bonus yogic posture to add is a posture that can aid and assist young ladies in the menstrual cycle to alleviate the pain. In this bonus pose, we can use a pillow or a bolster or a block as demonstrated in the video. This is the first part. We are raising up our right leg back behind us as high as we can, bringing our head as close as we can to our knees, coming into the toes of our left foot. Now, with that same right leg, we're going to be twisting it across our body to the opposite side. That same leg that twisted across our body, we then bring it into the final position, which will be pigeon pose, where we're going to be bringing our leg directly across in front of us and laying down on our forearms and pushing our back leg as far as we can. And finally, as well, to supplement or add more to the pigeon pose, we'll do some push-ups in this position to work on alleviating pain in the lower back and in your hip. And finally, in closing, we're going into the Shavasana. We're going to be teaching a silent meditation, and it is the final integral practice of the whole masculine and feminine energy balancing. And within this final Shavasana, all of the last 3 major koshas are getting worked and activated. It's encouraged in this meditation to not entertain any stray thoughts that enter your mind, but to focus on a healing light that is starting from the top of your head and cascading down your whole body. You're visualizing yourself, looking at yourself above yourself, seeing how this healing light, golden healing light, is cascading down the whole body. And finally, in closing, once we are feeling grounded and at peace, is when we'll actually start having small droplets of the taste of the bliss, the ananda,